Well, hello there. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. If it's your first time to the channel, welcome. We have been talking for weeks about this Pluto transit. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, and today it is finally transiting into Aquarius, and it will be there for the next 20 years. So why is this such a big day? Well, this is a really big day, especially for the air and fire signs. Because while Pluto has been in Capricorn, it has been forcing all of us to take a look at our beliefs, our mindsets, our conditioned thought patterns around rules and regulations. Capricorn is all about working really hard for the money that we earn and not necessarily wanting to kind of work for the greater good. It's kind of like an energy of working for the emperor, or perhaps creating tangible things for yourself, right? This Aquarian energy is helping us to open up to the energy of Aquarius, which is innovative. It's more about the globe. What is it best for the greater good rather than for the greater of just a few people? So this is a beautiful new energy for those of you that have had Pluto wreak havoc on your life. To say I fall into that category. There is a part of me, I mean, I might get teary-eyed, part of me that says I'm still standing, right? And I think from reading your comments and doing personal readings for so many of you, I know you share my my sentiment with that Pluto has come in and literally wrecked our lives since 2008. Just transforming, doing it all for our higher good, right? And I am totally grateful. I really am. My life is totally different than it was in 2008, but it's in such a much happier place, a place where it's more aligned to what my heart truly desires, to my calling, to being with you. And so, was it easy? No, but I am so grateful. And it's also about the wisdom, the inner strength that we have acquired as we have walked this path with Pluto, and now as we walk into a new transit. For some reason, I mean, I feel as if the energy going forward, the past energy, Pluto in Capricorn, was really about, I think so many of us had to learn those lessons literally by ourselves, okay, because we were in the Capricornian energy. You could have had many times in the last 15 years where you felt like you were completely alone. It was you against the world. The nice thing about Pluto in Aquarius is that I have this perhaps just hopeful energy that we're going to be starting to come together, working in groups in order to bring greater happiness and joy and fulfillment for the greater good, right? For the global community. Instead of feeling like we have to do it ourselves, we're starting to come together. We're going to meet those new soul tribe members and be able to share our gifts, our love, our light, our talents with the collective, but as teams, instead of just feeling like we have to do it by ourselves. So I'm really excited about that energy. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to pull a few cards as we are leaving this Pluto in Capricorn energy. It is really about taking a moment to reflect on all of that wisdom that you have earned over the last 15 years. So we'll take a look at your greatest strength right now. We'll take a look at what may be your biggest obstacle for the next 2 or 3 months. As Pluto moves into Aquarius, it's going to start shaking things up right away. So we'll take a look at what your obstacle is at this time. Now remember, working with the energy of Pluto, instead of trying to stop the energy of Pluto, will help you to transform in a much easier flow rather than trying to fight it. And I'll have to admit, I fought it. I fought it starting in 2008. I fought it as much as I possibly could until Pluto was like, no, this is the way it's going to go. And then it was just wiped out, right? And then we'll take a look at some advice, letting you know what you can look forward to as Pluto starts its transit in Aquarius. And then I'll pull an angel card for you too, to give you a little bit of angel advice, and also to let you know how much they love you and appreciate the work that you are doing. Okay, I also have a free journal activity, and it's in the description box below. It's completely free. Click on the link and you can download a journal activity that helps you to understand how Pluto transformed your life since 2008 and what you can look forward to. One of the things is that each sign will have Pluto transiting a different house. So we'll take a look at that house, how that may play out for you in the next 20 years, and then we'll pull some cards. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with Aries, and Aries, Pluto was in your 10th house of career achievements and public image. So you may have reinvented yourself in your career over the last 15 years. Now it's moving into your 11th house of friends and groups and collective. Okay, what a beautiful energy, right? So it's kind of like you could have completely transformed your career, how you work. Let's think about how the pandemic may have actually affected your career, right? And so you've kind of transformed that. And now it's about getting together with new groups of people, perhaps through your work or perhaps in your personal life. So let's take a look first at what your strength is right now. How has Pluto made you stronger in some way? Signs, okay? And it says instincts are the message from the inner divine. So I feel like you have really perhaps one of your strengths that you may not totally recognize is that your intuition, your ability to go into your heart, to see what your heart truly desires, to allow your intuition to help you to guide yourself towards decisions that you want to make. Also in how you interact with other people, since it's going into your 11th house of friends and groups, right? Memberships that you may belong to. Understanding that your intuition is guiding you towards going through to or attracting in new types of people. I love this energy. Keep in mind that this is a good sign that you have probably worked through some energies where you wanted to use your logical mind to make decisions. And because of what has happened in your life since 2008, you may be more intuitive. You may be understanding that your intuition can help you drastically and lead you in the right direction more than the logical mind, right? So it could be that you're making decisions, but you're kind of like looking at it from your intuitive energy and then using your logical mind to carry that idea out. I love that. All right, so what is your biggest obstacle as we go forward? Not for you, okay? Kind of like allowing yourself to, when you intuitively understand, you get that intuitive gut feeling, right? That something's not right for you. Okay, whether it's a new relationship, a job, a project that you want to do, a habit that you have that it's time to let go of. Your obstacle at this time is that you may be a little bit stubborn in making that decision and making a change as soon as you start getting that intuitive energy. So it's first about understanding, using your intuition to tap into what is not working for me. Right? What is in alignment with where I want to go and what is not. And sometimes this is because we have just kind of like allowed a belief or a mindset, a habit to take place in our life. And it does take a little effort to pull ourselves into a new direction. So keep that in mind, that your obstacle may be that you're hanging on to people or situations in your life, or even habits that you have, that you know that it's time to go. Intuitively, you know it's time to leave that behind. You've gotten everything you can out of that, and it's time to go in a different direction, but you're still trying to make it work. Right? It's that kind of like stubborn energy. If I put more time and energy into this, I can still get it to work. Okay, so now let's see what you have to look forward to. Ascended Masters. Okay, so Aries, I feel, and I have an Aries moon. So I feel like this is the energy of really tapping into, because you have the intuition, this inner knowing, right? Understanding that your ascended masters are with you at this time. I feel like you're really being called to step into your life purpose, right? To step into how you best share your love and light with the world. And life purpose doesn't have to be your career. It's the energy that you bring to your daily life. Are you in tune with your life purpose, right? And if you're in tune with your life purpose, how are you using that, right, to make decisions in your life as you go forward? We're moving into this Aquarian energy. It is about the greater good. It's about doing healing on this planet. Are you using your gifts and talents, your even perhaps spiritual gifts, in order to help raise the vibration of the earth? You're being called to do that. That is really here. You may be having a hard time going further or deeper into that energy because you're kind of like, but that means I have to give up something else. Pretty soon, a Pluto will make sure that the other things that maybe you intuitively know you need to let go of, if you're not willing to let go, remember, Pluto will come in and let those things go. Whether that is happening in kind of a easy way for you or not is a little bit up to you. All right, so let's pull an angel card and let's see what message we have here. Yeah, trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. I love that. That goes right along with this. Understanding that you really have a true connection to the divine, to your angels, your spirit guides, your inner knowing, right? And allowing yourself to use that to guide your decisions as you move forward, especially in the next couple of months. If you have an intuitive energy that, hey, I need to go try this, or I need to spend more time and energy doing this instead of this, go ahead in that direction. Trust your angels. They're on your path. Your ascended masters. They're there to help guide you. Especially if you're thinking about like starting like a new business, especially like a spiritual business, or sharing your gifts of healing or spiritual gifts, anything like that. I feel like with the ascended masters and the angels coming in to say that they are on the path, they are there to help you. Just ask for their help and they are there. They will help you. Your angels always want to help you. All you have to do is ask. All right, Aries, I'm going to leave it there. Please check out that journal activity. The link is in the description box below if you'd like to take a look at it. Much love and light to you. Bye for now. All right, we're going to move on to Taurus. All right, Taurus. So this Pluto transit in Capricorn happened in your 9th house of travel, higher learning, expansion. Okay, so that's kind of a really a good place. That's one of the good houses, right? So you may have had a lot of time, with Pluto in that house, you may have had a lot of time to travel, to go back to school, or maybe just kind of like, take some online courses or something like that. Maybe especially during the pandemic, right? You allowed yourself some time to kind of learn some new things. And now it's kind of like, how can you use that new wisdom that you've gained as you transit into Aquarius? And remember, Aquarius is about how we can help the greater good. We're here to help the greater good. So what you have learned, how can you use that as you move into your 10th house of career and public achievement? Okay, so Taurus, this is really kind of an exciting energy for you, because what you're doing is you're moving from this energy of what you have experienced over the last 15 years, taking that wisdom from your travels or from your education or just your curiosity about the world and spirituality, and now you're turning it to make it into a career. So you could have had a side business, you could have had a hobby over the last 15 years that now you're deciding to quit your day job, right, to go ahead and put yourself full time into a new career where you're sharing perhaps your spiritual gifts, your healing abilities to help heal the greater good, to help raise the vibration of the planet. All right, so let's take a look at your strength at this time. Inner child. Okay, I love this because I feel like for a lot of you, you have gotten back in touch with your inner child. This is very much root chakra work. So that's a sense of safety and security, of knowing that you can nurture yourself, right? That you don't require somebody else to nurture you, that you know how to nurture yourself, and to give yourself that sense of safety and security. I feel like some of you maybe have done some extensive work on this, right? You may have even learned some new healing modalities with your ninth house in higher learning, right? You could have learned like Reiki healing or sound baths, or you could have gotten into crystals or something like that. You've done this healing, and now it's time to take that wisdom and then share that with the world. For some of you, you may want to become Reiki healers, or you could become tarot readers, right? Or it could be in another form. It doesn't have to be like that, but there's something here about being able to reconnect to what you really, your inner child wanted. You may be you may have reconnected to hobbies that you enjoyed as a child but had to put on the side burner for one reason or another. Now you're reconnecting to that. You're taking that wisdom that you have learned and now maybe perhaps starting a business with it or something. So maybe you started a little business on Etsy or a platform like that with some creative talent that you have, and now you want to take it to a higher level, right? I love this energy. That's beautiful. Okay, so let's see what your obstacle is, especially over the next 2 to 3 months as Pluto really makes its transit into Aquarius. So it's going to shake up a lot. Okay, so you have fork in the road. Yes, I'm not surprised. I feel like for a lot of you, you are exchanging careers. Let's put it that way. I think you are on the fence perhaps at this time, but this is an energy. This is your obstacle. It's about making that decision. It's not, it's like Pluto is sitting here and just kind of saying, if you've thought about it enough, it's time to go, right? It's a little bit of that energy. So if you've been thinking about making a big change in your life, whether that's a career change because you're going into your 10th house, or it could be a lifestyle change, it could be even a change in a relationship that's really going to change the dynamics of your lifestyle, okay? It's time to make a decision and to go in that way. And I feel like whatever you have really been kind of like concentrating on the last 15 years, especially if it's been in the realm of spirituality, okay, you're taking that lead. You're taking this opportunity. Something is going to happen. It's about taking that opportunity, making the decision. The universe will bring you some type of opportunity. You take advantage of the opportunity and you run with it, right? You don't sit there and just keep dwelling about it. You take action on it. All right, so let's take a look at your advice at this time. What can you look forward to? Yes, your power. You're truly stepping back into your power. And the reason is because with the inner child, this is your root chakra. Once again, that's about our safety and security, right? Over the last 15 years, you may have had to do a lot of inner child work, really working on your independence, working on your finances, working on feeling like you can be safe and secure, even if you're by yourself, right? It's not about relying on other people. It's about self-reliance. It's about independence. It's about being strong. And I love this energy because I feel like you're really being called to go into a direction where you're starting a business or going in really with the fork in the road in a completely different direction than you have had up until this point. And it's because you have this power, you have this strength. And as you step onto this new path, you're only going to feel stronger and more confident. I feel like when you make the decision, right? I think your hardest part is making the decision. There's almost like a little energy here of procrastinating, of making sure, is this the right time, right? Is everything in place? Okay, this is the message. Everything's in place. It's time to make a decision and make the move, right? and your spirit guides and angels will help you on that path. All right, so let's pull an angel card for you. Embrace the magical moment. I cannot believe this, because I really feel like I'm just seeing this opportunity coming in. Taurus, if you have an opportunity, especially within like the next month, I mean, Pluto is going to happen fast, so it could even happen, you know, today or this week. But when you have that magical moment, it's about embracing it. It's not about sitting on the fence and asking everybody what they think, right? It's not about, well, I'll get back to you next week. It's like, no, the universe is bringing you in this opportunity. Take it, run with it, and it is going to be just so beautiful. It's going to bring you a lot of success or happiness, a sense of fulfillment in your life. All right, Taurus, if you resonated at all, please check out that journal activity. It's totally free. The link is in the description box below. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now. All right, Gemini. I know so many of you are so excited about this transit. Aquarius is a fellow air sign. So Capricorn was very difficult. That Pluto in Capricorn since 2008 has been in your 8th house of shared resources. So the 8th house includes resources that you share with a romantic partner, family, friends, a business partner, even a loaning institute, a bank or something like that. If you have a mortgage, it would fall under that. It also falls under death and taxes, inheritance, okay? It's also intimacy and secrecy, okay? So you could have had a lot of transformation. That's a lot for it to encompass, right? And I think Pluto, I'm a Gemini sun. I think Pluto hit every one of those during the last 15 years, at least once, if not more than once. So it's understanding that that was all for your greater good. You probably are one, kind of like me, did not enjoy going through all of that, and yet at the same time I'm still standing and I am better for it. Okay, so where are you going from here? You're going into your 9th house of expansion and higher learning. This includes traveling. You could be moving. You could be even moving to another country. The internet, right? We have the internet. You can literally meet new people all over the world. I know I Zoom with some of you through personal readings, and it's just this energy of expansion, just an opening up of your heart. What can I learn? What can I experience after being confined by that Pluto and Capricorn energy, feeling like you had to follow the rules? And when you followed the rules, your life fell apart. That's how I felt, right? I'm following all the rules. Wait a minute, why is my life suddenly crumbling underneath me? And now as we go into Aquarius, it's allowing us to see who we are, who we truly are, more authentic to ourselves, and how we can help raise the vibration of the earth by sharing our light, our love, our spiritual gifts with the world. Okay, so first of all, let's start with your strength. What is your strength, Gemini? Letting go. Okay, I'm going to have to say, I'm only chuckling because I had to let go of a lot in the last 15 years. I mean, it's a long list. It's a long list of things that I had to let go of and literally clung to, okay? And you know what? I feel like after reading so many of your comments and meeting many of you through personal readings, I know that you know what I'm saying when it's kind of like you've learned how to let go, right? It's not about holding on to things that have expired in your life, holding on to relationships, to people that don't want to be in your life, holding on to jobs that are toxic and driving your energy down, right? Allowing yourself to let go of mindsets and beliefs around, especially that 8th house of shared resources, death, taxes, inheritance, right? It's about letting go of anything that just is confining you, right? It's that temperance energy of letting things go out of our lives so new things can come in. And I feel like personally, I've gotten much better at it of saying, okay, this wouldn't be in my life. Okay, let it go. It's not that we let things go too quickly, that we're not working to make something work, right? But it's also understanding that you're probably more intuitive to the energy when you're disconnecting from a situation or a relationship. You just get that disconnecting feeling, and then you're kind of like, okay, I think I've gotten what I can garner out of this situation or relationship, and it's time to pull back your time and energy and put it into something new. All right, so this is your strength. Keep that in mind as you move into this brand new energy. Now let's take a look at your obstacles. So this will really play out in the next 2 to 3 months. Pluto is going to come in really hard, and big changes in the next 2 to 3 months. So what's your obstacle? Okay, serendipity. Okay, I feel like there's a little bit of this energy with these two, that there's new things, new people that are literally dropping into your life. But in order for you to take advantage of that situation or relationship, you have to let go of something else, right? And that is what you kind of learned with Pluto and Capricorn, that, you know, instead of trying to hold on to something and just like not giving up at all, if I allow something to go, I can get something better, right? And it's that energy. So I feel like your biggest obstacle is that you may get an idea, you may get an offer of some sort that is not right. Think about Aquarius. Aquarius is about opening our minds, right? And it's kind of like, well, that wasn't on my radar. That's not in my plan. That's not something I was wanting. So why is this suddenly dropping into my lap, right? It must not be for me. No, it is for you. Especially the next 2 to 3 months. I think there's big things coming in. Okay, perhaps a new romantic partner, perhaps a new job, right? But it means that you may have to let something else go, whether that's a mindset or another relationship or another job that you're okay with. But here's the key. This new thing is even better, and allowing yourself to say, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of what the universe is bringing in for me. You know, the energy I'm getting here, Gemini, is really that the universe, your angels, are kind of like rewarding you for the work that you did while Pluto was in Capricorn. I know so many of you have truly changed. Your life is completely different than it was in 2008. And it's not just because it was 15 years ago, because we could always say that, right? You are not the same person you were in 2008. I know I'm not, right? And so it's kind of like the universe is coming in and allowing you this reward, this gift. And it's like, take it and take it and don't ask questions. All right. So what is your advice here? Family. Okay. Now I know that for some of you, you may have had to let go of family, right, ties in order to go on your spiritual path. This is the energy. If you have had to let go of family ties because of your spiritual path, that you're coming into a new soul tribe. And I know that that energy has been in your weekly readings for months, right? But I feel like there's a little bit of energy that if you don't see this on the radar, but there could be a new romance or a new relationship that comes into your life that truly transforms your energy around family. Because you could have at this time this energy around, family's gone, right? Or you're kind of disconnected from that idea of the ideal of what you wanted in a family situation. This is coming in to replace something that maybe you lost in the last 15 years. Wow, beautiful energy there, Gemini. Okay, so let's take a look at your angel card. Yes, your vibration is rising. This is a time of great spiritual growth for you. You are evolving to occupy a higher energetic frequency. Okay, so the energy that I'm getting with that is that that's why why it's so important for you to let go of anything. If new things are coming onto your path, it's because to help you raise your vibration. But in order to go to that higher level, you have to allow yourself to let go of either some mindsets or some things that are occurring in your life right now in order to allow yourself to go to that higher level. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. Please check out that free journal activity. The link is in the description box below. It may help you to, move through this transit. And I wish you so much love and light. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now, Gemini. All right, so now we'll move on to Cancer. Okay, so Cancer, I'm going to move my notes up here. Cancer, your Pluto in Capricorn the last 15 years has been in your 7th house of committed partnerships and relationships. So this could be romantic partners, this could be business partners. So you may see or have transformed your vision or what it is that you value in any type of relationships that you have, especially committed relationships. So romantic partners or business partners, right? There's a good chance if you look back until 2008, there's something that you value differently in your relationships than you did then. You don't see your committed relationships in the same way. And so for some of you, you may have disconnected from some relationships or partnerships that you had in 2008. You may have separated from a business partner or gotten a divorce or something like that. Now you're Pluto is moving into your 8th house of shared resources. Okay, this also includes death, taxes, inheritance, sex, and intimacy. So it's a big transit for you. This is the energy where the information, the wisdom that you have gained about what you value in relationships is really important, because in the 8th house, it's how we share our resources with another person, whether that is a romantic partner, a business partner, a bank, a lending office of some sort. It could be siblings or family members, especially if it's around inheritance. So Pluto is going to be transforming some of those mindsets, okay, or things that are going on in your life. It's really important for you to take a moment to think, what have I learned about committed partnerships and relationships? What have I learned? What do I value? What is it that I'm willing to give in those relationships? And what am I hoping to get back out of it? Because as we go into 8th house, right, that is your resources. And keep in mind, resources aren't just finances. It does include that, but it is also time and energy. Where are you willing to put your time and energy into your relationships and partnerships? And what are you expecting back from that? Can you keep that balance, or is there going to be a power struggle? Looking at all of that. So this is kind of a big transit for you, but I know that you're ready for this because you've done the work since 2008, really defining for yourself what are your core values in relationships? What is really important to you? Not those conditioned beliefs that you have about relationships, but what do you truly believe is important for you in your relationships? Okay, so let's take a look first at your strength. What's your greatest strength at this time? Faith. Yeah. So I feel like you have faith in what they're saying is faith in man, right? It's kind of like humanity. You have a great faith that people want to do their best. Okay. Now you've been through a lot of situations, perhaps in your committed relationships and partnerships, where you've had faith in somebody else that they were going to do their best in the relationship, and then maybe they didn't. You may have had to work through conflicts in committed relationships or partnerships. But I think at the end, you understand that if we don't allow ourselves to have faith and trust in our committed relationships and partnerships, then how can we also share resources with them, right? So it's this energy of what is that core value that you have in a relationship. It may have something to do in having faith that that person is really Also, having faith in you, that you trust each other, that you cherish each other, you have each other's back, you'll be there for each other. That could be the biggest value, right? Or traits that you're looking for in a partnership. In 2008, you may have had a different list. It could have been you wanted your romantic partner to be financially stable, right? Or you wanted them to, have activities that you both enjoy doing together. Now you're understanding maybe it's a little bit different than that. The way that you value or the way that you see committed relationships or partnerships could be completely different. It's kind of like, are we in this together or not, right? It's kind of like, do we have that connection? Is it a true connection, or is it superfluous, right? Is it just a facade because we have activities we enjoy together? Or is it really that we're here committed to each other? What a beautiful energy. I also feel like for some reason, Cancer, that you may be going through a transformation of understanding that perhaps like a marriage, right? It could look a lot different. Like it doesn't have to be the traditional, parents and children in a house with a dog and a cat, right? It's kind of like maybe you're even thinking, I don't have to be in the same city as the person that I'm married or committed to. We could live in different cities, right? But there's still this sense that we know that we are committed to each other and that we have each other's back. Yeah, really kind of a very interesting. I think that you may, out of all the signs, have a completely different idea of what the family unit looks like or can look like, something like that. Okay, so now let's take a look at what your biggest obstacle, especially over the next 2 to 3 months, is. Okay, because Pluto is really going to come in with a bang and you have new life. I feel like for some of you, it is about understanding that you do want to go into a new direction. I feel like for a lot of you, you have a new romantic partner or a new business partner coming in, right? But because of what you have encountered in the last 15 years, you may be a little bit shy about getting involved in it, like sharing your resources, right? So this is kind of an interesting energy that I'm getting here, where I think you have a great opportunity coming in, but you're really kind of like holding back, right? It's about looking at it, looking at what you have learned that you really and truly value in committed partnerships or relationships. And how is that showing up in this new opportunity that's coming onto your plate? So for instance, you could have disconnected from a business partner over the last 15 years and kind of said, I'm never having a partner again, right? A business partner, I'm just going it alone. And now all of a sudden somebody wants to come in and, partner up with you or be an affiliate or something like that. And you're looking at this situation and you maybe are saying no at the very beginning, but it's kind of like, just go back to what is it in that person or that situation that's being offered? How does that line up to what you have learned over the last 15 years that you value in a partnership? If that is there, right, then there's a great opportunity. I feel like for a lot of you, there's a great opportunity coming onto your path. And it's allowing yourself to go back to seeing, what do I value? What is it? And seeing if that person or that situation has the values. Don't look at the glossy, right? Look at the value. Really interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at what you can look forward to. Hidden motivation. Yeah, I feel like there's something that you've really wanted to do since childhood. You see the children playing in her skirt. I think there's something that you've been really wanting to do either since childhood or with children. It could have involved, maybe you want to have children, maybe you have children, you want to spend more time with them. For some of you, since Pluto is moving into your 8th house of shared resources, including inheritance. Maybe you're trying to build some type of a inheritance for your children, right? Some kind of a legacy or something like that. So it's taking a look at, because I kind of feel like this is coming in at the same time. I'm really getting the sense of children or family. I feel like there's a new, perhaps even a rebirth of some sort in the idea of having either maybe a new child or a new family member of some sort. It could even be like a sibling of yours is getting married or something like that. And expanding, and a sense of expanding your family. And especially if, over the last 15 years, you've lost contact with some of your family. And I know from reading your comments, many of you have Cancer. It's understanding that this new opportunity can be bringing in somebody that's not a blood relative, but like a soul tribe member, right? But just allowing yourself to enter it slowly, right? And checking, is this person in alignment with what I value in people that I share myself with and share my resources with? All right, so let's take a look at your angel card. Angels of healing are with you. Yes, a time of healing is about to bless your life. Accept Archangel Raphael's emerald green light while I enhance your strength. So once again, I feel like this has something to do with a new beginning, something to do with kind of like family or children. There's something like that. Something that maybe you have been wanting to heal, a situation in your life that you've been wanting to heal. Once again, I feel like for a lot of you, it's a new person coming in. For some of you, it may be reconnecting to somebody that you have disconnected with, but there's an energy of perhaps somebody new coming in and allowing yourself, right, to know that this is part of your healing journey. It's not about saying no to everybody new that wants to come into your life. It's about looking and being careful and knowing what you value in your relationships and giving that person time, having faith that they could be somebody that would add to your life. But just, having your healthy boundaries, making sure that they're in alignment with what your core values are. All right, well, Cancer, if this resonated, please check out that journal activity that's in the link in the description box below. I hope you enjoy it. It's totally free. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now. Well, hello there, Leo. Okay, welcome. We are going to be taking a look where Pluto has been for the last 15 years, and that's in your 6th house of wellness and daily routines. Okay, this can include your daily work also. So over the last 15 years, you may have felt like Pluto has really helped you to transform the way that you work, okay? The habits that you have, the structure that you put to your day in your daily work or in your habits. It could have also helped you to transform your health. In some way. You could have had a little bit of a health crisis or a little bit of a health scare over the last 15 years that helped you to build better, healthy habits into your life. Now, where is Pluto going? It's going into your 7th house of committed partnerships and relationships. This includes romantic relationships as well as business partnerships. So it's going to help you to see what you value the most in partnerships or relationships, right? It's going to help you to not take a look at the big picture as much as the core values that are important to you in a relationship. And align yourself to people that have the same core values that you do so that you can work together in a way to share your love and light out into the world. So it's a beautiful transit for you. You're going to enjoy this, Leo, being a fire sign, that Pluto and Capricorn energy was very oppressive. This is a much lighter energy of allowing you to expand yourself, expand even in your area of partnerships or relationships with others. Okay, so let's take a look first at your strength as you're going into this transit. Love. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yes. Okay, divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. Wow. So, that's kind of interesting because Pluto being in Capricorn, at the very beginning of that, you may have felt that material things were really important to you, right? Or where you lived, or that type of thing. And now what you're understanding is that it's really about love, it's really about relationships. And here you are, you're going into your seventh house of relationships. So understanding that at this time, your strength is love, of understanding, yes, I want that connection with other people, especially perhaps a romantic partner, or I want to work with other people, perhaps having a business partner, right? I want to work with other people that are in alignment with what it is that I'm hoping to create and put out into the world. What a beautiful energy. I have a Leo rising, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, so let's see what your biggest obstacle at this time is. A change in the wind. Okay, so Pluto is going to come in. It's going to wreak havoc from the very beginning. So this is for the next 2 to 3 months. You can expect a lot of changes in your life, okay? And especially in the area of partnerships. So it doesn't mean that you're necessarily losing partnerships or relationships, but I feel as if there's new people coming into your life. For some of you, if you don't have space for a new person, make space because Pluto will make space for them, right? Because I feel like you have a big change coming in, becoming more aligned with people that are in alignment with what it is that you want to put out into the world, or the way that you want to live. So you could have left some relationships recently, or are thinking or will in the next little bit here, leave relationships that really aren't anymore in alignment with what it is that you want in your life, and you're allowing yourself to make space for new people to come in that are more aligned with you. All right, so let's take a look at what you can look forward to. Yeah, status quo. I'm telling you, status quo is out the door. Whatever is going on in your life right now, as far as relationships, committed relationships and partnerships, right? I think there's a change, and don't fear that change, right? When we fear what Pluto wants to change in our life, the thing is that it makes it so much more difficult because we're fighting against Pluto, and Pluto does not accept the word no. So this is the energy. If you have intuitively known that there is a committed relationship or partnership in your life that needs to be transformed, that does not mean that you have to leave it, right? But there needs to be some work done on it. Then it's time to get started, because Pluto is letting you know in the next 2 to 3 months, there are going to be changes. And I think for a lot of you, it's about really aligning to what it is that you love about yourself. You're seeing your value in yourself. Since it was in your 6th house of well-being, right? You value yourself more than you did in 2008. And it's kind of like, is this partnership that you're in that you may feel like, well, we're really not on the same page anymore. I feel like you have a sense of greater value about yourself. And you're kind of like, yes, I have to allow something to leave in my life so that I can create space for something that's more aligned with what it is that I want. Wow, really powerful. All right. And I think because Pluto in Capricorn has been so oppressive, right? It's kind of like, I feel like when Pluto moves into Aquarius, you're just like, it's a breath of fresh air. I'm ready to go. Oh my goodness. And then look, this is your angel card. Don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. There you go. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Yeah, I said that. It's kind of like understanding that you don't have to leave a relationship, right? I mean, if it's abusive, you definitely want to get out. But this is the energy of knowing that you can heal a relationship. It's about, we're not staying status quo. We're not staying the way it is. There's got to be some change here, and that you're willing to get that change in motion, right? Beautiful energy. All right, Leo, if it resonated, there is a free journal activity. You can find the link in the description box below. It'll help you to understand how this Pluto transit is really affecting you and your house. And I hope you enjoy it. Much love and light to you. Hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now. All right, Virgo. Okay, so Virgo, Pluto has been in your 5th house of love, passion, and creative expression. So over the last 15 years, you may have really transformed what you value in love, in the things that you do, the way that you spend your time on the passions, the pleasures that you enjoy about life. You could have traveled a lot more, or you could have gotten into a lot more creative activities, you know, painting or cooking, or even decorating your home, anything like that. It's also probably transformed how you express yourself creatively. You could have, if you were in perhaps a job that was really very kind of mundane or very structured at the beginning of 2008, you could have found yourself leaving that job or that career to kind of start something that was much more creative, understanding that it's all about following your heart. The 5th house is following your heart, doing those things that bring you a lot of joy and passion. All right, so where is Pluto moving? It's moving into your 6th house. I'm sorry. Yes. 6th house of wellness, work, and daily routines. So where you have learned how to have this sense of more pleasure and freedom and enjoying life for the last 15 years, you're now moving into bringing back some structure into your life. And Virgo, you love structure, okay? So you could have really gone deep into creating, okay, the last 15 years. But what you're understanding is that if you spend a lot of time creating, say you wanted to create jewelry, okay, so you spent a lot of time creating, and you've kind of been playing with putting it up on some platform like Etsy or something like that, but it hasn't really kind of taken off. What you're doing now, Pluto is moving into your 6th house of routines. You're understanding, okay, well, I can create, but I have to have some structure to my creativity in order to make it more productive, right? To put it out there, to share it with other people. So you may spend, instead of just spending time creating and then when you get a whim putting things up on Etsy, you may schedule your day, or you may schedule the week so that you spend, 15 minutes a day uploading on Etsy or something. I haven't really done anything, so I don't know how long it takes, but it's just kind of like, yes, I'm going to check in with that. I'm going to spend from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock creating, and then from 2 to 3 I'm going to take a look at selling, right? Bringing structure to what it is that you're creating. Even I feel like for some of you, like traveling in the past, you could have just like traveled, just kind of like on a whim, and now what you're understanding is that you would rather like have structure to that, like plan a trip and enjoy the planning process as well as going on the trip. Yeah, really kind of interesting. I love that energy that's coming through. Okay, so let's take a look first at your strength as you go into this Pluto transit. Allowing. Radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment, so what's needed can come next. Yeah. I think that that's the thing, is that because you've been a little bit in this energy of creativity, okay, and just enjoying life, right? You have been able to learn how to allow things to come and go. Okay, so that's a really kind of a beautiful thing of allowing, that's your 5th house is really divine feminine energy. It's that Empress energy, right? Of allowing, knowing that you may not have to work so hard and you can allow good things to come into your life. So it's staying open. This is a very open energy of being open to new ideas, being open to new ways of doing things, of trying new things without being judgmental about, how perfect you're doing it or how wonderful it is. I really love that energy. That's kind of an interesting energy. I love this because you're going into your 6th house of daily habits and routines and your work, right? So if you allow yourself to be more open to trying new ways and that type of thing, I feel like you're bringing structure to your life, but it's a flexible structure. I love that energy. Okay, so let's take a look at what your biggest obstacle is at this time. Blessed. Okay, so this is the energy of perhaps needing to spend a little bit more time being grateful for what is coming in, even if it's not exactly what you want. It's also this energy of being grateful for everything, right? So if you don't have a gratitude journal, one of the things you may want to do, Virgo, right now is to start a gratitude practice, right? I have a gratitude journal by my bedside, and the last thing that I do at the end of the day is write down 3 things that I'm grateful for that day. So you may want to practice something like that, because when we're not grateful for what we already have, it's really hard for the universe to send us new things, right? It's kind of like, well, Virgo doesn't like what we already sent, so why are we going to send new? Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so now let's take a look at what you can look forward to. Courage. Yes, I love this. I feel like you're gaining the courage in order to go on paths that you haven't taken before. And part of it could be that you have allowed yourself to kind of color outside the lines. That's what they're saying, right? So you could have been very whimsical over the last 15 years, allowing yourself to just travel on a whim or to do a creative project or a DIY project a little bit on the whim. What do I enjoy today? And I'm going to go do it, right? But this has also allowed you to step out of, there's a real sense of courage here of you, because you have allowed yourself to play, you don't feel so confined. And once again, it's that energy. I don't have to color inside the lines, right? I don't have to do this perfectly. I have the courage to put what I want to out there and just see what happens, right? I love that, because for some of you, you may have actually had a little bit of failure or felt a little failure in some area of your life over the last 15 years that helped you to understand, to transform that idea that I have to do things perfectly. That, success can come, success can go, and it's okay. You're still going to be standing is the energy. I'll still be standing. So it's kind of like, how much can I experience? I think that's where you're going. You're having the courage to allow yourself to experience whatever your heart desires, whether you're successful at it or not. It's like, I'm not putting that caveat on it. I'm just going to have the courage to try new things. Wow, beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and see what your angel message is. Someone new is coming. Now, Virgo, you've had this in your readings lately too. An important new relationship is on the horizon. Open your mind and heart so that happiness can enter your life. Yes, and that's why it's so important for you to be grateful. Be grateful for what you have at this time. Be grateful for this space you have in your life, perhaps for a new person, and allowing yourself to be courageous, to put yourself out there, to know that, oh my goodness, here we go. I'm open to having new people, new relationships, perhaps even new romantic relationships, new business partners, right? People that I can work with. I'm allowing people to come into my life because I know it's going to be blessed. It truly is going to be blessed and bring you happiness and joy. All right, well, Virgo, we'll leave it there. If this resonated, please check out that journal activity. It's in the description box below. It really will help you to kind of like transit during this time in a much easier way. All right, I'll leave it there. Much love and light to you. Bye for now. Okay, so Libra, let's see. All right, Libra. This Pluto in Capricorn since 2008 has been in your fourth house of home and family. So you have probably transformed your entire idea of what home and family means to you. You may have new ideas about what you value about home and family because of situations that you have gone through with your home and in your home. Okay, so it could be your physical home or the people that you live with or even extended family. Your home and family relationships may look and feel very different than they did in 2008, but you've done the work to eliminate what wasn't aligned to your inner self. So know that, Libra, you're in a beautiful place right now. You've allowed yourself to transform relationships that may have been holding you back, even parents, siblings, holding you back from who you truly are. You've stepped into a more authentic version of yourself. And since Aquarius is a fellow air sign to you, you are going to love this new energy. And remember, it stays with us for 20 years. So it's a long transit. So this Pluto transit is moving into your fifth house of love, passion, and creative expression. Okay, so this is beautiful. If you left a romantic relationship in the last 15 years, you could be finding yourself in a new relationship, but that relationship would look completely different than the one that you had in the last 15 years. And the reason is because you have transformed what it is that you value in a romantic relationship. This is also about traveling. It's about passions. It's about hobbies. It's about how you express yourself creatively to the world. Sharing your artistic abilities with others, sharing your passions, sharing your joys, also your connections to other people, right? Just enjoying people and enjoying life. After the hard work of the last 15 years, you really and truly are being rewarded with this beautiful energy of moving into your fifth house. So I'm so excited for you, Libra. All right, let's take a look first at what your greatest strength is at this time. Guidance, okay? And it says, when you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. Yes. Okay, so let's go back to your fourth house, because your strength is what you have learned because of the Pluto transit for the last 15 years. Remember, your family, your home life may look totally different than it did in 2008. You may just be completely in a completely different space and lifestyle than you had in 2008. And understanding that all of that change that Pluto brought into your life is because it helped you to get better in tune with your own inner compass, right? Your own inner knowing of trying not to please other people. You are the sign of harmony and peace in the home and family area, right? And so it's kind of like you may have had a lot of energy around trying to keep people in your life happy, right? And now you're transforming, you're looking at your own self and you're saying, okay, wait a minute. All of that wasn't in alignment. I made all of them happy, but I didn't allow myself to be happy. And now as you're stepping into your fifth house, you have that inner guidance. You know what it is to be true to your own heart and not allow yourself to break your own heart to make other people happy. This is a beautiful energy that's coming through here, right? Because so as you're moving into your fifth house, one of the things to keep in mind is to make sure that you're allowing yourself to experience what your heart truly desires instead of experiencing things that will make other people happy, right? It's about not going along to get along. It's about going after what it is that your heart truly desires. Stay true to you, Libra. Stay true to you, because that's your strength. Okay, so let's take a quick look at what your obstacle is, round and round. Okay, so repeating patterns, okay? So this is the energy of breaking patterns by asking yourself, coming back to your strength, is this in alignment with what I truly want? Or am I repeating a pattern of trying to make somebody else happy? So especially in the next 2 to 3 months, because Pluto will be coming in, there'll be a lot of big changes coming into our lives, okay? And it's about asking yourself, when new opportunities, new relationships, or situations come into your life, asking yourself, taking a moment to stop and ask yourself, is this in alignment with what I truly want for myself? Or am I repeating that pattern of trying to make other people happy, right? Beautiful energy here, because I know that you're strong, Libra. You have been through so much. So it's allowing yourself to continue breaking those patterns as new things come onto your path. Okay, so let's take a look at what you can look forward to. You're allowing yourself to drop the fear. I love this, because this, once again, is back onto this, that you have allowed yourself to repeat patterns because you're fearful that you may upset someone else. This energy of I'm going to rock the boat, right? It's allowing yourself to step into that energy of not being fearful to make the changes that you need to, or to say no, to allow yourself to spend more time on those creative projects that you want to do, or to go on a vacation. Perhaps some of you are wanting to travel, but you want to travel by yourself. You don't want to travel with the same group of people or your family or something. Maybe your family wants to go to the beach and you're kind of like, no, I'd rather go to the mountains. Understanding that stepping into your power, not allowing yourself to be fearful of what other people will think, will help you to go towards what your heart desires. Keep your guidance, keep your North Star. Know that you know yourself and your true authentic self, and stay true to you. It's really important over these next 2 to 3 months to stay true to you, Libra. Okay, so let's see what your angel message is here. Make a decision. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another person in the situation? Accept divine guidance, pointing you towards your own joy. You deserve it. Okay, Libra, the message is clear here. I feel like for some of you, you have either a situation still in your life where you're repeating this pattern of trying to keep somebody happy, or you have something new coming onto your path that you have to allow yourself to say no to if it's not in alignment with what it is that you truly want for yourself. I love this. And I really have an energy of strength here, where you truly are in alignment with what it is that you want. It's just allowing yourself to say no to other people and allowing yourself to go towards what your heart truly desires. Okay, so it's make a decision. If there's something you're thinking about, Libra, that you would really like to go after, and you're concerned that other people in your life may not appreciate that, it's time to make that decision. Go after what your heart truly desires. It will work out for you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Please check out the free journal activity. It's in the description box below, and I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light to you. Bye for now. Okay, Scorpio. This is beautiful, Scorpio. Pluto has been in Pluto in Capricorn has been in your third house of mind, intellect, and communication. So you may have completely transformed what you value about your own mind, your intellect, the way that you communicate with other people. Pluto is also your ruling planet, right? So it's about that transformation. And I feel as if some of you may have gotten much better at communicating either your feelings or communicating your ideas to other people, whether that's through writing or talking or some other thing. You've gotten much better at allowing yourself to maybe organize your ideas or your thoughts, not allowing your emotions to run away with you, so that you could communicate what it is that you need to communicate, but in a very kind of like I don't want to say, it's just a very it's like refined, and that's not the word, but just a lovely energy of wanting to have a heart-to-heart connection with somebody without it being over the top. Okay, less drama is that energy of less drama. Whereas in 2008, you may have felt like it had to have a lot of drama to it, right? I talk with my hands, so there's drama, right? And now you can just kind of look at somebody and you can discuss what it is that you want to discuss without the over dramatizing of it all. Okay, so where is Pluto moving? Pluto in Aquarius is moving into your fourth house of home and family. So this is going to be a transit for the next 20 years that will help you to kind of set values or understand what you value about a home and about the people that you live with, the people that are closest to you, your family. So the values that you have around this right now, you are going to be taking a look at those, okay? You'll be put in different situations, kind of trying to refine and transform what you value about your home environment and about your family. All right, so let's take a look first at what your strength is at this time. True offering. True offering takes what it can be, an unbearable cross, and returns it to love. I love this energy. I feel like perhaps your communication, especially the communication area over the last 15 years, allowing yourself to understand that any situations that you had where communication went awry or you felt like you couldn't communicate with somebody or somebody cut communication off to you, right? That understanding that is helping you to kind of like reassess what you value, especially in your home and family environment, and how love can really heal any situation. It's not about fearing the conversation. It's about having a loving conversation, about coming to conversations, especially in the home and family situations, with a sense of love, not a sense of fear or kind of like posturing, right? Beautiful energy there, Scorpio. Really pretty energy of just kind of like a sense of joy and love, of wanting things to be in a loving way. Beautiful. All right, so let's take a look at your obstacle. Okay, so as Pluto moves into Aquarius, the next 2 to 3 months, we're going to see dramatic changes in our life, new things happening very quickly. Pluto moves in with a bang, and your obstacle is being able to share your heart, share your truth with those others in your life. So since it's moving into your fourth house, it's about communicating what you truly desire in those family relationships. Okay, so it's taking a look at how you can communicate what your heart desires. What is the truth? You may not be sharing necessarily the truth with some people in your home environment or about your home, right? Or your family. It's kind of like, I'm not saying that you're lying. It's not that. It's kind of like you're not truly sharing. You're not revealing your true feelings in a certain situation or relationships that have to do mostly with family. So let's take a look at what advice Spirit has for you as you transit this. Yeah, kindred partnership. See, it's this energy where I feel like you have learned how to communicate much deeper over the last 15 years. It's taking that wisdom, those skills that you have learned, how to communicate with other people, and using it in a loving way to share what it is that you have to say with people that are really close to you, okay? So that you can deepen those relationships. It's also this energy of opening your heart up to new friends or soul tribe members that may want to come onto your path, and being able to open your heart, having this sense of emotional intimacy with the people that are most important in your life. Beautiful energy, just a really deep, almost a spiritual, very spiritual energy there. All right, so let's pull an angel card for you. Oh, you got two. All right, so the first one is it's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. Yes, I feel like right off the bat, Pluto is coming in and helping you to transform some relationships in your life, especially around family or your home, right? That could even really kind of include neighbors or something like that. You're having some difficulty, challenges. Once again, I feel like you're not telling the entire truth to somebody. It's kind of like you're allowing yourself to be truthful and true to your heart, to yourself, right? By sharing this, but sharing it in a very loving way and knowing that this little difficulty that you're having is going to be over soon. Beautiful. And then it's time to play. I love that because it's almost like I feel like you're clearing the air. Okay, with some people or, once again, neighbors, family, maybe really good friends or something. You're clearing the air so you can get back to this happiness that you want in that relationship. It's not like I don't feel like you're trying to get rid of a relationship. It's really kind of like, how can I heal this relationship? And the way to heal it is to allow yourself to open your heart up to loving this person or sharing what is on your mind in a loving way and to be able to bring it back to having more fun in that relationship. Wow, beautiful. All right, we're Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there. If it resonated, please check out that journal activity. It's totally free. The link is in the description box below. It's my gift from me to you. I hope you enjoy it and I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now. Well, hello there, Sagittarius. It is so good to see you again. This transit is just going to be something like a breath of fresh air for you, for the air signs and the fire signs. This is really the end of a 15-year, almost like oppressive energy that you may have felt in your life, allowing yourself to expand and to go on to new horizons. So in the last 15 years, Capricorn has been in your second house of possessions, money, and material things. So you could have had a huge transformation. You could have had a huge financial setback. You could have had, a great success and then maybe you lost it. Okay, so you could have had both ends of that. But now you have a completely different transformed energy around what you value in your material things, okay? It could be that 15 years ago, you purchased material things, whether that's a house or a car, the things in your home, your clothing, right? Based on what other people may think of you because of what you were buying. And now you have transformed to the energy of truly buying what your heart desires, right? Having those things in your environment that really reflect you and not what will bring you social status or something like that. So what a beautiful energy. And thank you for all the work that you've done in this area, because this healing journey that you have been on, this transformation, is also helping to heal the collective. So thank you for that. Now, where is Pluto going? Pluto is going into your third house of mind, intellect, and communication. So the wisdom that you have gained, how you value your material things, is also now perhaps becoming part of what you are going to share with the world. Allowing yourself to see the lessons, the wisdom that you have gained, and now being able to either teach or share, to write about what it is that you have learned. It's also about knowing that it's time to choose your words wisely. Over the next 20 years, your words will matter a lot, okay? They'll carry a lot of weight. So you want to make sure that the words that you're sharing with other people, whether that's in your relationships, in your community, or in the globe, right? The collective, that they are the words that are really true and authentic to you. and knowing that they will carry a lot of weight. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's first see what your strength is at this time. Freedom. Yes, I'm going to say, I feel like you probably do feel like you're getting out of jail. It's a little bit of that energy. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its binds. Yeah. So I feel like that's exactly it. Capricorn is about all the rules. You may have felt like you followed the rules, and yet at the same time, you had that huge financial setback, right? You could have been in a marriage or something like that, and you had these shared resources, and you were following the rules of being in a marriage, and then suddenly the marriage ended, and perhaps you didn't get a settlement out of that divorce that you thought was true to to what you deserved, right? This is the energy of understanding that you went through some difficult times in order to be able to release your hold, or the hold that material things had on you, that you may have placed a lot of your own value on what you owned, right, instead of who you truly are. And now that you're more in alignment with who you are, your true authentic self, you have this sense of freedom. It's not really about worrying about what other people think about what you own or what you're wearing. It's this energy of being able to be free and to have those things around you that really are authentic to you. Okay, so let's take a look at what your biggest obstacle is for the next 2 to 3 months, because this is where Pluto will really come in and wreak havoc right away. So you have to the sea. Okay, so I feel as if there's a little bit of energy of making sure that you're journaling, you're meditating, you're kind of like on top of your energy as far as being grounded, and not allowing your emotions to get out of whack. Because I think that there will be a lot of changes that come in right away. That could be new people or new situations coming onto your path. But it's about being grounded, going back to what you've learned about yourself and what you value as far as the assets that you have, the material things, your status in the world, right? Knowing what you value about yourself and about the things that you own, so that when this comes in, I should say, what you value, so that when new things come in, you don't get emotionally caught up into it, right? That you're grounded and you can make decisions based on what you know to be true about you. All right, so let's take a look at your advice here. Commitment. Yes, I think for some of you, you have something that's coming in that is a big commitment. Okay, so that could be a job. It could be, even for some of you, I feel like you could get you could be offered some type of a commitment in business. So say, it would be like, I have a YouTube channel, and then somebody wants to be wants me to be part of their podcast or part of their YouTube channel or something like that. There's this energy where somebody new is coming in and wants to align with you. Okay, very much that Pluto and Aquarius energy, where we're going to start working in groups, right? But it is about also understanding, okay, how does that align to what it is that you know to be true for yourself? So what value is this bringing you? What time and energy are you going to have to give to this commitment? And then what you are expecting or being promised in this commitment to come back to you, is that in alignment with what you know to be true about yourself? I have a feeling that this brings up money. This is the energy. It could be a romantic relationship. Excuse me, but even if it's a romantic relationship, that person, there's some type of financial, imbalance. I feel like there's perhaps some type of financial imbalance, whether you have more or they have more, or this commitment here, one of you has more than the other. But at the same time, there's something valuable that you can get out of this situation. And it's about aligning yourself, asking yourself, is this in alignment with what I truly want for myself long term? Or is this like a quick fix or something really exciting that I want to latch onto. Yeah, so just keep a check on that. Keep going back to what it is true for you. But this is kind of exciting, I have to say. I think a lot of you are going to take that opportunity. Okay, so let's see what your angel message is. Yeah, be honest with yourself. All your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. Accept your truth, then let source take it from there. I love that energy, because I think when this comes in, whatever this offer is, it's about asking yourself, are you being true to yourself? You know, the energy here would be, I have this YouTube channel. And then all of a sudden, some sneaker company says, oh, Mary Sue, we want you to promote our sneakers on your YouTube channel, right? And we'll pay you a lot of money. Okay. And it's about taking a look at that commitment, right? Is that being honest with myself? Maybe they're going to offer me like $1 million, like a lot of money. Okay. I know that's not going to happen, but say they're going to offer me $1 million, but I have to get on my YouTube channel and tell you just how amazing these sneakers are. Okay. Now, could I use $1 million? Yes. There's your second house, right? I could use $1 million, but then asking myself, is that really who I am? Is that offer in alignment with who I am, right? And what I'm trying to create on my channel? Because here I am communicating, right? Communicating to you, please buy these sneakers. These sneakers are awesome. But it's only like putting money in my pocket. I may not even like the sneakers. Maybe I didn't even try them on, right? It's being true to yourself and what it is that you are really wanting for yourself long term, not just short term. Now, for some of you, I think it is a really good offer. I was kind of being a little dramatic there, but I do feel like it is a good offer for you. And Sagittarius, if this resonated with you, please check out that free journal activity I have created. The link is in the description box below. Please give it a good try. It'll help you through this transit to see what you value about yourself and your material things, and to help you to transition through this transit much more easily. All right, I'll leave it there. Much love and light to you. Bye for now. Hello there, Capricorn. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. So this last 15 years, Pluto has been in your first house of identity, the roles that you play. And you probably are playing different roles, or you value the roles that you do play in your life much differently. So, those are the labels that we put on ourselves. Mother, grandmother, YouTube creator, whatever it is that you do. It's the different roles that you play for the different people in your life, and then how you value yourself in those roles. What it is that you're wanting to put out into that relationship or situation, and what it is that you're expecting back. So this has been perhaps a difficult transit, because whenever we're going through that first house, you may have even found yourself, you look completely different than you did 15 years ago, because the first house is also about our avatar, the way that we present ourselves to the world. So you can find that you look completely different, or that you have transformed or eliminated some of the roles that you had in your life in 2008. And you have stepped into perhaps some new roles and value yourself in a different way in these new roles. I believe that your new roles are probably more in alignment with what it is that your heart truly desires than they were in 2008. Okay, so where is Pluto going now? It's going into your second house of material things, okay? So this is also earned income and your self-esteem. So this next 20 years, it's going to help you to transform, or to really take a look at what you really value about your money and the things that you own, and how you portray yourself to the world. So a beautiful transit, because I feel like you're really stronger. You understand yourself so much more after this last transit. And this is helping to put you into a beautiful transit of how you show the world how you truly value yourself. All right, so let's take a look first at your strength at this time. Change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. Okay, so Capricorn, here's the thing. I feel like for the next 2 or 3 months, you could go through a major transformation because Pluto was in your first house, right? You could have been really stubborn. You could have held on to some of those roles, or you could have held on to the belief of how that role should play out. Okay. So let's say, for instance, you have a job. You may still even have that job. Okay. And you could be kind of holding on to any energy around what you feel like that job should provide for you, or how that role in your life should pan out, right? What you should be able to get from it, or the value that you see in yourself in that job, or how you feel your employer treats you in that job, or how they value the work that you do. Now, you're coming at the end of this transit. I think you have had some situations probably where you have been tested, right? You have been put into situations where you may have had to stand up for yourself. You've been put into situations where you have had to come to grips with, how does this role fit into the greater good of my own life? Is it really in alignment with what I want for myself? Is it paying me enough? Is now the question that you may be stepping into. You may have built an identity around a role that you have, and now it's kind of like, are they valuing me? Are they paying me what I feel like I deserve? And it could be that in the next 2 to 3 months, you may be changing jobs, okay? Or a relationship, because you don't feel like you're being valued. You're not being paid enough, or you're not being appreciated enough. In the last 15 years, you may not have changed the job out of this sense of, no, I'm going to get this to work. This is the right job for me, right? You may have been a little bit stubborn. It says the utter madness of trying to control everything, right? It's kind of like, no, I can get this to work. And now you're kind of understanding, no, wait a minute, this isn't working, and I'm willing to go in a different way. I feel like you have a crossroads decision coming up, but go back to what it is that's important, really important to you. What do you value about yourself? And what do you value about the roles that you play? And as you're moving into the second house, how you are valued by others. Okay, so you've kind of gone through this transition of what you value about yourself in the roles that you play. And now it's kind of like coming down to this. You could be asking for a promotion and you don't get the promotion. And then you're choosing to go to find work at another location, another job. Or you could be changing careers. You could be in a career and you're kind of like, you know what, I'm just not, it doesn't matter. Even if I change and work for another employer, I'm not going to make any more money, or this, the whole career isn't working out for me for one reason or another. And you're changing careers altogether in order to go towards something that is, I feel like you're wanting a sense of more money, or feeling more fulfilled, or having greater purpose, being more appreciated. There's that energy there of making a big change because you're understanding that somebody isn't valuing the role that you are playing in their life. Okay. And I'm saying it's probably an employer. Look at it that way. Or it could even be, if you're retired, it could be like a financial advisor that you have, or something like that. Is you're kind of like understanding, I'm not on the same page. I need to make a change here. All right, so let's take a look at what your biggest obstacle is as you're making this change, because I feel, Capricorn, a lot of you are making a change. Yeah, it's about taking a deep breath. It's about breathing. It's about getting yourself grounded. It's about understanding. I feel like you're going to be put in a situation where your emotions are going to be running rampant in this situation, where you ask for that promotion or you ask for a raise and you're told no. And it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of bubbling up inside of you, and you're kind of like, whoa, that's it, right? And you may overreact. So the message here is to calm yourself, to ground yourself. to understand that your emotions that you may be feeling before the situation happens is your intuition helping to lead you to make a change, perhaps before you're forced into a change. Remember, Pluto is trying to transform your life to bring you what is better for you than what you have now. It's taking you to a better place, but a lot of times we want to fight it. This is the energy of allowing those changes, listening to your intuition and knowing something's not working for you, making the change before it becomes an emotional outburst, okay? All right, so let's take a look at what advice you have. Sacred Temple, yes, really connecting to your inner knowing, your intuition, your spirit guides. I feel like they're trying to help you. They're trying to guide you in this situation. It's kind of like, no, I got this. That's the energy I'm getting. It's kind of like, I feel like whatever this is, intuitively you have known for a long time that you need to make some type of change. Now, because it's going into your second house, it could have something to do with your finances. It could have something to do with your home. There, you could like that you need to do like a big renovation in your home, like you need to replace your roof or something like that. Or you have a leaky faucet and you're kind of like, well, I'll get to it. It's kind of that energy. I'll get to it. But here is a little bit of, you're being forewarned. It's time to take care of this, because if you don't, there is going to be kind of like, a backlash of some sort. And I feel like you're almost like going to put yourself in a place where you have no choice. Because remember, you have a crossroads coming up. You're going to have to make a decision, but it's about allowing yourself to get grounded and to tap into your intuition, tap into your spirit guides. Listen to your intuition at this time. I really impress upon you, listen to your intuition at this time. If you know there's something you need to take care of, it's time to take care of it. Okay, so let's take a look at your angel message. Yeah, get your power back. I feel like that's, part of it is so interesting. I was having a conversation with my son earlier today, and one of the things that we were talking about is the reason we're both working on not procrastinating in our life. One of the reasons, we actually did some research on procrastination. One of the reasons that we procrastinate and we don't take care of things that we need to take care of or make changes that we know that we want to make change is that, we allow fear or anxiety to take over, and we give up our power to the fear. Right? Even in the simplest things, it's kind of like he was talking about doing his laundry, and he was like, I procrastinate until it's just like a huge pile. And then I'm anxious because I know it's going to take me hours to do it, and we were talking about that. Even in the smallest things, we can allow the fear or the anxiety to prevent us from doing those things that help us to take good care of ourselves. Yeah, get your power back. Your angels want you to know you have forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine. So take your power back. Whatever the situation is, it's about taking your power back. Before you get to the breaking point, there is something there. Before you get to the breaking point, take your power back. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it there. If this resonated, please check out that reflection journal activity. The link is in the description box below. It's completely free, and I think you'll really get a lot of benefit out of it. Take your time with it. Try to do it in the next 2 to 3 days if you can. But really, it's a great reflection journal activity. All right, I hope to see you again. Much love and light to you. Bye for now, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. Wow, this is moving into your first house. So Pluto has been in your 12th house of subconscious mind, intuition, and dreams. Okay, so this is the energy where you have probably allowed yourself to have a deeper connection to source, right? A deeper connection to your intuition, letting go of perhaps any fears that you had around this spiritual realm. You could have even moved from being in an energy of being religious, okay, to an energy of being more spiritual. And that has been coming out in your readings lately too. Allowing yourself to connect directly to the divine instead of feeling like it had to be through another person, okay? Now, where is Pluto moving? It's moving into your first house of identity, psyche, and beliefs. It's your core energy. It's who you are, the roles that you play. It could be that you want to completely make over your avatar, right? Is the way that you shine yourself or portray yourself. I'm sorry, I feel like I have a hair here. Portray yourself to the world. So you could, do a makeover. You could be changing the roles that you play in the world. You could have one career now and completely changing it, having another role. For some of you, you could be changing the roles that you play in your family sector, what you value about yourself in those roles, and the time and energy you want to put into them, and kind of what you expect out of those too. All right, so let's jump into it. Let's see, first of all, what your strength is. Ease, yes. This is a beautiful energy of allowing, okay, in especially your identity. The energy I'm getting here is just kind of like having a little bit, you could wear, a lot of us do wear a lot of different hats on our head, but I feel like you're very good at switching out those hats, right? And you may even have, I don't, it's kind of like almost like different wardrobes. It reminds me of when I was a teacher. I had my teacher wardrobe, and then I had like my weekend wardrobe, and I had maybe my going out wardrobe, right? And they were three completely different wardrobes. And you could be kind of like a little bit in that energy of understanding that you play different roles, and maybe your outer appearance is different in each of those roles. Really interesting energy. Now, this is also because it's in your first house, and Pluto is about expansion, and you are very innovative, right? You're for the greater good. That is part of who you are. I feel like you're becoming leaders in this next 20 years, stepping into a leadership role of helping other people to step into the roles that they can play in order to help the greater good. Wow, beautiful energy. And I think that you're showing people how they can do that with ease, really beautiful. All right, let's see what your biggest obstacle is, especially over the next 2 to 3 months as Pluto enters your house. This is the thinker. Okay, it's not about overthinking it. Remember the ease. It's allowing things to kind of come and go and not trying to, the thinker is a little bit about trying to control situations. This is kind of like allowing, knowing that things can come and go, and we can allow things to kind of move, give the divine some moving room, right? Allow things to be moved around us and not to feel like we have to control those situations quite so much. Okay, and then what can you look forward to? Travel. I think some of you are moving. If you're not moving, okay, this is the energy of, you could be renovating your house. You could also be changing like locations of where you work. So you may work for the same company, but you're changing departments, or you're changing buildings, or you may have been working remotely and now you're going back into the office. And for some of you, you could be actually traveling more. Okay, so you could be one of the new roles could be that you want to travel the more, and perhaps help other people around the globe through your travel. So instead of just traveling for pleasure, you may be also wanting to travel in order like to do a mission or something like that, or to travel to spiritual places, kind of have that experience. Beautiful. All right, and let's finally pull an angel card for you. Change is coming. Yeah, I am here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. I do feel like Right off the bat, I feel like there is a big change coming for some of you. You are moving, literally moving, or you're traveling to a new area in the next couple of months, at least the first 6 months of this year, that really impacts you and changes who you want to be in the world, the roles that you want to play. So, say you go on a trip, right, and something occurs there, right? You may see that the children where you visit have no shoes. Okay, I'll just throw that out. And then you come back and you may start a charity to help provide shoes for the children in that city or that country. So it's kind of like this energy of opening your mind, of having something happen, whether through travel or moving, where you see a need and then you're allowing yourself to step into a role in order to help that need that is part of the world in some way. Wow, beautiful energy there, Aquarius. It's very expansive, very exciting, like really allowing yourself to feel fulfilled in this new role, knowing that this is truly on your path in order to make some big change that it impacts the vibration of the earth, raises the vibration, and helps to bring healing. Thank you so much. All right. If this resonated, in the link below, there is a journal activity. It's a reflection journal activity that will help you to go through these energies of Pluto as it transits from Capricorn into your sign. And I hope you enjoy it. Much love and light. Hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now. All right, Pisces. Pisces. Pluto has been in your 11th house of friends and groups and collective for the last 15 years. You may feel like you don't have the same groups. You maybe have different values now about what it is that you value about the people that you spend time with, your friends or your community. This is a beautiful energy of really aligning yourself to having people in your life that are more in aligned with what you feel is your purpose, or what you feel you are being drawn to do, what your heart truly desires in this lifetime. Now, Pluto is moving into your 12th house of subconscious mind, intuition, and dreams. It's allowing yourself to bring peace to your inner mind. It's a time to shed anger, resentment, secrets, and any mental anguish. You will learn that letting go is the key to your own happiness. So, not holding on to beliefs or energies around resentment or anger that has occurred in the past is allowing that all to go and just having this beautiful sense of peace. I think you're going to really enjoy this transit for the next 20 years. All right, let's take a look at what your strength is at this time. Invite help. Yes, I feel like maybe over the last 15 years, because Pluto was in your house of friends and groups, right? Community, you could have felt like you didn't have a support group, at least at one point in that time, right? You could have had a chunk of time where you felt like you were kind of really on your own. You didn't have friends and groups. You didn't have people that were supporting you. Or even if you had people around you and you asked for help, maybe you didn't get the help that you really needed, right? So this is an energy of now you have learned how to ask for help. You maybe had to go through some situations where you had to learn not only how to ask for help, but to communicate what it is that you really needed. Okay, so for instance, you may have asked a friend or a neighbor to help you in a certain situation, and you could have just left it kind of vague. You could have said, "Oh, I really could use your help." And maybe they sent dinner over, but what you really needed was for them to come over and maybe spend an evening with you and allow you to just kind of like get some stuff off your chest or whatever, right? Or maybe you just wanted time to bond, or maybe you needed help moving something inside your home, right? I mean, it's just kind of like, I feel like you had a hard time communicating maybe to other people what it is that you wanted out of that relationship. And now you have learned how to do that. At the end of this transit, now you have learned how to do that, how to ask for help, and allow people to help you. So it's a beautiful energy here, because that can sometimes be really hard to be able to ask for help. But you have learned that lesson. You have transformed that over the last 15 years. Okay, so let's take a look at what your obstacle is. Chop wood. Okay, so chop wood is the energy that as Pluto is transiting into your 12th house, this is doing those things on a daily basis that really help to make you stronger. And since 12th house is your spiritual world, your spirituality, it's about those spiritual practices that maybe you haven't allowed yourself to be really kind of, committed to. It's a committing to a spiritual practice, whether that's yoga or journaling, meditating, having a morning routine, having a evening routine, whatever it is. There's this energy of allowing yourself that time and being kind of committed to it. It's going to help you drastically as Pluto transits into Aquarius. We're going to see a lot of big changes right off the bat. So it's kind of like, I feel like your spiritual practices will help to keep you grounded during these changes. Okay, so what can you look forward to? Great achievement. That's why you have this, okay? I feel like you have some great achievement. So this could be, you launch your book or something like that, and it's a hit, right? Maybe you've even been struggling for some time with a business, and then all of a sudden you're recognized and things take off, right? But it is about being grounded in your spiritual practices, or those things that help you to guide you when things get really good and exciting, right? And not allowing yourself to kind of like give them up. This could even have to do with exercise or sleeping, any of those things. You could have a really good eating plan right now, but when things get really crazy, maybe you start, munching on fast food or something like that, not eating the nutritious meals that you are now. It's about making sure that those things are in place before this happens. And it's coming quickly, okay? This is in the next 2 to 3 months. All right, let's take a look at what your angel message is. You will manifest what you need. Yes, express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you the assistance that you need. And here, invite help, right? Your angels are sending you any of the help that you are needing at this time in order to reach this great achievement. It's allowing yourself to have that help come in. It's also about asking that help from your guides, from your angels, asking them for that help. I also feel like if you don't have a gratitude journal, they're asking you to really express your gratitude, right? Allow yourself time at the end of the day. That's a great spiritual routine to write in your journal at the end of the day. 3 things that you're truly grateful for that day. And it's a beautiful way of being grateful for what you already have and knowing that you have more on the way. Yeah, it's a beautiful energy. All right, Pisces, please check out that reflection journal. It's completely free. The link is in the description box below. It'll help you through this transit, and I hope that everything goes smoothly for you. I know it will. Much love and light. Bye for now.